Hi everyone, welcome to Crypto Caliber. My name is Ace. Today I want to discuss the price of Bitcoin and share some insights which might help you with your investment strategy. I'm going to run some simulations on the projected price of Bitcoin towards the end of this year. I'm going to be using publicly available information and market data to substantiate some of my projections. I'm going to give you a visual simulation of what each month might look like if we are to reach the projected price of 100,000 according to the stock to flow model. First of all, let me introduce you to my calculators. I designed these calculators in order to simulate the price of any cryptocurrency at any given market cap. Believe it or not, I made this in Microsoft Excel. I generally use this tool to forecast my portfolio and see what it'll look like at any given market conditions. And this helps me get a sense of how to plan my investment strategy. Let's take a look at the calculators and at my portfolio. This here is the Bitcoin calculator. Over here is the current circulating supply, and over here is the current market cap. This section here shows the amount which I actually own of Bitcoin, and this green part here is the current value. As you can see, this is the purchase value of my Bitcoin. I was lucky and I bought right at the dip, at the recent dip, when Bitcoin dipped below 30K. And now I own 1/10 of Bitcoin, which is in line with my risk tolerance and budget. Over here is a synchronized chart where I set my personal target of where I want to see my Bitcoin get to, and the conditional formatting gives me a progress indicator showing me how I'm tracking. And up here is where it gets interesting. This is where I can adjust the circulating supply. Let me just try. Based on the unique attributes of each crypto. And here I predict the circulating supply in each month, even up till the end of next year. And in this case, basically how it works is every 10 minutes for Bitcoin, 6.25 Bitcoin BTC is mined, and if all things remain consistent, it comes to an average of roughly 27,000 a month. And those are some of the assumptions which I add into this particular calculator. This data is just for simulation purposes, but I did do my best to make it as reliable as possible. Now, how does it all work? As you know, the price of any digital currency is simply the relationship between the circulating supply and the market cap. And circulating supply is the amount of coins or tokens which are mined, minted, or created, and which are currently available for public trade. The market cap is short for market capitalization and is simply the circulating supply multiplied by the price. You can also say it's the cumulative total of the total net volume of purchases and sales. I like to think of market cap as a measure of the level of confidence which a market has placed in an asset measured in dollars. Now, I'm sorry to start you off on the basics, but you'd be surprised at how many people don't know that. And as a result, people tend to get lured into trap cryptos, which have low prices, thinking that low price automatically means good value. And the purpose of my channel is to equip people with good fundamentals so they can make and see genuine value and maximize returns and minimize risks. That said, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. These videos are for information and entertainment purposes only. Cryptocurrencies are highly speculative and volatile. Always do your own due diligence and research. Okay, this is my Ethereum calculator. This is my Cardano calculator. This is my XRP calculator. And this is my Polkadot calculator. And finally, to sum things off, here is my current portfolio of cryptos, which I have picked from the top 10. And all the calculators which I show you, they all filter through here and they all linked. Any changes which I make there, they automatically filter to this dashboard. This is a visual representation of my holdings, and these are the current amounts, and these are my set targets which I have for each crypto. Okay, enough with the long introduction. Let's run some simulations. Okay, to start things off, let me just quickly head over to here. This is the stock to flow model. It's basically a model which was designed to forecast the price of Bitcoin based on the rate of supply. Despite its critics, it's been remarkably accurate during the lifetime of Bitcoin. The blue line in the middle, it represents where the model predicts the price of Bitcoin will be at any given month in the year. And the lovely rainbow, which you see there, those rainbow colors, they represent where the actual price of BTC actually fell during that particular time. And as you can see, sometimes we tracked above and sometimes we tracked below expectations. And often we tracked right along expectations. And this gives me some confidence that this model can be a fairly reliable predictive indicator. And we're going to base our target off this model. Now, let's take a look at where we currently are and see what will be the price in December. I'm just going to keep scrolling. We are currently in June, July, August. Actually, I'm in the wrong year, aren't I? May, June, July, August, September, and it's saying according to this, it looks like according to this model, Bitcoin would be at least 112,000 by December 2021. And this is very interesting because if that turns out to be true, it will be at an all-time high. And typically when that happens, it triggers a crypto boom for all other cryptocurrencies. Allow me to illustrate. We're just going to head back here. Okay, these graphics represent Bitcoin at the back there and a myriad of other altcoins in the cryptosphere. Clearly, Bitcoin is the biggest, followed by Ethereum. Now, what happens is whenever BTC approaches its all-time highs, this has a flow-on effect to other cryptocurrencies. This is because being the first cryptocurrency, BTC continues to surpass expectations, and this inevitably draws attention from all forms of media to crypto in general. Those who feel left out, they tend to turn to what they think are undervalued tokens, and these result in surges in altcoins and meme coins. But I'm getting ahead of myself. My next video will actually be a simulation of the impact of the all-time high of Bitcoin on other coins, other tokens such as Ethereum, Cardano, etc. If you like, you can request an additional cryptocurrency in the comment section, and I'll see if I can build it for you. Anyway, back to the simulation. Let's head back to the calculator. Let's make sure our figures are accurate according to market cap. I'm just going to quickly head over here. Going to head to coin market cap. Okay, BTC has changed. We're currently at 41,449.46. I'm going to try and adjust that. Cool. And all I have to do is I'm just going to forcibly adjust the market cap to July. Okay, now our price matches. I'm just going to make sure that the circulating supply more or less matches. We have a circulating supply currently of 8773250. I'll quickly verify 8773250. I'm going to need to adjust my market cap just so we can be accurate. Bear with me a second whilst I adjust that. Okay, so now that our calculator matches coin market cap, we're ready to start our simulation. I've pre-calculated that in order to reach the 100K price target, BTC would need approximately $280 billion worth of muscle every month. So I'm going to put that in there, 280. Now, this would mean that in September, we would be approaching our all-time high price of with a price of 56K. However, remember that I have to adjust for the increase in circulating supply. So I'm just going to match that with the circulating supply predicted in September. It's more or less the same. Now let's jump to October. I'm just going to drag this down. If we continue at the same rate and adjust the circulating supply, the price of Bitcoin would be at an all-time high of close to 71K. And this would be making world headlines on a regular basis, and altcoins would have already started soaring. Now, let's take it up another notch. Let's take it up to November. Okay, now roughly 81K, I'm just going to adjust the circulating supply. Bitcoin would have the market cap of the entire cryptosphere, which is at the current time of recording this video. It will become open season for altcoins, and the news headlines would be speculating for 100K roundabout now. And countries which have legalized Bitcoin as legal tender would feel extremely validated in their decisions. Financial institutions would expedite plans to acknowledge cryptocurrency out of fears of any unexpected disruption. And I personally would have reached over 80% of my initial BTC target, and I'll be feeling pretty chuffed about myself. Now, having a look at my portfolio chart, BTC would occupy well over 50% of my portfolio, remembering that in this simulation I'm ignoring BTC's inevitable impact on altcoins, because I'll do that in a separate video. And now that we're in December, let's jump there. We're going to jump to December and make our adjustment. Now we're in December, and after we've adjusted for circulating supply, Bitcoin has reached its all-time high. There is massive sell pressure, and the market rallies for days as BTC tests its new limits. It'll probably look something like this as it rallies for days. And a new era of cryptocurrency acceptance would have begun, and blockchain technology would be more widely vetted for all the benefits it could have for mankind. And that's it for this simulation. In my next videos, I intend to go through the potential impacts of potential impacts of Bitcoin reaching its all-time high on these other top-tier cryptos. If you want to contribute to the drama, please tell me any credible information for Ethereum, for Cardano, for XRP, and for DOT, which I should consider, and I'll be sure to include those assumptions in my calculator publicly. Yeah, so if you can use publicly verifiable information, guys, I would really appreciate that, and not just hearsay. Now, I'm a brand new channel, and it's very likely that you will never see me again. If you've watched this far, I would genuinely like to say thank you so much for giving me your attention. You've already done so much for me just by watching this far, and the YouTube algorithm is now more than likely to recommend this to someone else who will find this helpful. I would appreciate if you could help me by clicking the like button to give it just an extra boost of confidence. There's no need to subscribe, as I believe I still have to prove my value in this space. As you can see from the simulation, Bitcoin is important to everyone, and this has been interesting. And if you have found this interesting, please consider sharing this simulation on whatever social channels which you're on and whatever crypto groups which you're in. Until we meet again, peace.